Welcome to Coach Washington Sports Talk. This is your coach, Coach Washington. It's been a great year. I just come from Naples, Florida, with some FBU. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about West Charlotte winning the chip and disgruntled, delusional parents, some of that. But this is season 2, episode 2. It's been some time between episode 1, but this is episode 2 of season 2. Again, this is Coach Washington with Coach Washington Sports Talk. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Again, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Got a little new studio. We're gonna show y'all. We haven't put it. It's almost put together. We just gotta get it together, but we have made some changes, and we're gonna start doing the podcast, and we got that hooked up for the podcast. But now let's talk about it. Now I had the privilege of coaching the 6th grade team FBU. We did pretty good. We had the regionals in Charlotte. We beat Team South Carolina. Then we beat Team Richmond. We did a great job, phenomenal job. And we, won and was able to punch our ticket into Naples. All the kids didn't go. And we started out hot, but all the kids didn't go. And the situation occurred with these parents, man. Some of you parents are delusional as hell. It's different levels and everything. And some of your kids are not playing on the highest level of youth. And I know it's youth football, it's all development, but some of your kids is not playing on the highest tier level. Those games they playing on Saturday night, they're not really playing no heavy hitters. And it shows. Even my nephew, he plays for Powell. They went to the regionals. They had a good team. But I'm not dumb. I'm also on my nephew ass and telling him, hey, man, you're not really playing against good, hardcore competition. A lot of the shit was, I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't bashing no coaches because I got some good coaches and some bad coaches. They say the same about me. But what I'm saying is, when you did face a heavy hitter, they got thumped. And it's different levels. Like, I like that AYF. That's all unlimited. I think that's some major competition. I think that's part one is below that. Yes, I think you got AYF United, and then part one is like at the bottom. I'm just being honest. As far as competition and skill level, seeing players with different sizes that can play at their size at that age. So I do believe Pop Warner is third. I'm not knocking Pop Warner. I coached Pop Warner. My nephew played on the Pop Warner team, the Powell Panthers. They made it to the regionals and lost. But what I'm saying is that level of competition is not the same as like an AYF United. Week in and week out. You got talent there. I'm not saying there's no talent there, but the talent level is a little different. And you got a lot of these kids, man. I don't know what teams they come from. We had a nice 6th grade team, but these parents talk about their kids as true corners. He's played this, he played that. How about he just play where we put him and he can shine and be an athlete like the kids we took to Florida? How about all those kids play everywhere? We had kids playing receiver, playing tackle, offensive tackles. We didn't take no centers. The centers didn't go. I don't know what happened with that. But we didn't have a center, so we had to take other linemen and have them play center. We had skilled players playing right tackle, stepping in there. We even had a kid named, we had a couple kids, Dash. I think he's a 5th grader. He nice size kid. He gonna be something special. I like his size. His attitude was good too. Great attitude. He stepped right in and played tackle. Then we had a kid named Premier who stepped in and played tackle. Hell, my nephew got on the line and played guard. Landry ended up playing center. I mean, Big Mo stayed where he's supposed to be. I think Mo played tackle. I mean, but we moved kids around, man, and they stepped up and played down there. A lot of kids didn't go. I know it was before Christmas and the holidays, so some people couldn't go. But I think a lot of people were hating after that regional game, man. A lot of bitching and moaning about their kids. It's only one ball. The center touches the ball first. then the quarterback, then he's gonna hand that ball off, he's gonna throw that ball. And some of the kids, parents who were complaining about their kids, man, even in Florida, shit, I'ma say it, they ain't that damn good yet. Ain't no positions. You an athlete. And I kept saying this. I can't wait till middle school, August, to see all these parents that had so much shit to say, talking all that shit about how good their kids is. He should be there. I can't wait. Old Coach Washington can't wait to August, September when they had the middle school tryouts. And I told him I'm gonna keep up with all them kids on the sixth grade team. And I want to see who gonna make the team. Cause it was a bunch of bullshit, man. And they had their days, but you got tired of hearing that shit, man. You coach the damn team. If you so goddamn football knowledgeable, you coach the team. Matter of fact, if you so football knowledgeable, why the hell your son ain't trained up better than what he was? Because I seen a lot of kids out there who hadn't been coached up. Now, was you telling his coach in the season all this shit? Because a lot of them kids were not coached up, bro. They needed better coaching. I mean, it was clear as day they needed some better coaching. But that what happened. Then we went to Florida. Now we didn't win a game, but that was okay. We only took I think they had like 30 kids in regionals. We only took 18, man. We did great against Georgia. Every time we got on a good drive down there, we moved that ball. We got penalties that kept pulling us back. So we played Georgia first. Then we played Kentucky, and then we ended with South Florida. Now that South Florida game, that was the best game we played. We was chippy. We was moving the ball. We were scoring. I think we would have tapped them out. We would have scored on the first, but all our first plays we got near the end zone, they called every last one of them back. I think they called a touchdown back, but that was a good game. That was a good game. Um, Even with the eighth grade, a lot of those eighth grade coaches didn't show up, so some of the sixth grade coaches had to go coach the eighth grade team. That is an issue. I'm not going to talk about that. Big Jason did a great job of putting the teams together and getting everybody down there and holding it together. It's good when your coaches who've been coaching your kids can get down there and make it and coach the actual damn team. But we did a good job. We got down there. Jason coached it up. Sixth grade helped coach it up. Eighth grade, we didn't win. We didn't win the game either. We played. Who did we play first? Utah. I think they made it to the championship. Samoans, good run game. We stopped that. They like to run those counters. Once we got those counters stopped, once we got this, bust my phone and my coaches in the group chat. I'm gonna tell y'all what we got going on in this group chat. But once we stopped those counters, we had them passing the ball. That wasn't their special thing. But our problem was, I think we needed a bigger running back on the eighth grade team. We did. We needed a bigger back, a faster back. The line held up pretty good. We had a pretty good line. We had the receivers, but you know what? We were missing on the sixth grade and eighth grade team. We were missing a lot of, and I'm seeing this in middle school too. Linebackers. Where the linebacker kids at, man? That's a position that's kind of like just shrinking. I'm gonna put me some linebacker camps on this summer. I'm gonna find me some linebacker kids. I think that's a position that's kind of dwindling. I think we needed a lot of that on the sixth grade team. Our linebacker play was just not it. Was not there. Linebackers are usually the guys going to come up and make those tackles. So I seen that on the eighth grade team as well. We didn't really have good linebacker play. Um, we had Jaden, they known as Biscuit, come down and play some linebacker. He was playing some good linebacker, but I seen that we really were missing linebacker play on both teams. And I'm watching this FBU and how the team's built. My opinion, I think it needs to be built with the O line, D line. Once you have that established, the next thing you need to do is go get linebackers. I mean, solid linebackers. And once you have that, you can fill the rest of it out. On the offensive end, I think you need, once you get those O linemen, you're going to need a good tight end. Once you fill that out, the next position should be a damn running back. You should have at least two of them. I think you need three types of running backs when you go down there. You think you need the pounder, the big pounder nobody wants to hit. You need a running back, just a regular running back, and you need a little guy, like a little playmaker, a little fast, quick guy, but he has to be fast and quick. Once he hits the holes, he's out of there. I think you need those three running backs. You need at least two out of the three when you go down there. Then you can go with your quarterback play. And they threw the ball a lot down there at FBU, but I can't really say it was the passing game was okay. Nope, everybody threw the ball, throw the ball. It's middle school. They were throwing the ball pretty decent, all the teams. But it really came down to that run game. That run game is what you need down there to move the ball. Then you can make your passes. You gotta have. You can't just throw nines. You gotta throw some slants, some skinny post in there. You gotta get the ball to the flats. Just basic football. Um, you don't need a super duper quarterback. It's like I always say in middle school is how you pass the ball. What passes are you trying to make? Are you simplifying it? Just get the ball in front of. I like throwing to the flats. And I like throwing the ball in front of the quarterback face, taking advantage of the outside inside linebackers. I think that is it. And you got to have a run game down there in Florida. But I was impressed. Utah was impressive. We played Ted Ginn out of Ohio. They were pretty good. They were chippy. Again, they beat us, but I think if we just had a run, I think we needed. I think we needed not knocking any kids. I just think we needed a better run game, a bigger back. We needed a bigger back. You got to go with a bigger back. And we played South Florida. That was a pretty good game. That was the last game. That was a chippy game, just like the sixth grade team. That was a pretty chippy game. That was a good game. I think we played our best ball against South. I think Central Florida. I think it was South Florida, whatever. I think that was our best game. And then you had the bullshit kids leaving. We had one kid off our team. I told y'all I was gonna talk about this shit. My son told me we don't do it, but I'm gonna do it. It's my fucking grown man. I'm gonna do it. We had a kid off the QC Chargers. I don't know what his name is. I would never let that fucker coach with me ever. From the QC Chargers. I think it had to be I don't know if it was sixth grade is what? 11U. 11U. We pulled his son out the game because he missed the block. We replaced him. Then his son played the whole game. His son was playing the whole game. Do you know this dude took his son off the field and left and went back to North Carolina? That was some bullshit, man. And I'm talking to you, bro. That was some bullshit, man. You ain't teaching kids nothing. Your son didn't want to go. He had started the whole time. He was a starter. You pulled him off the field. You talked shit the whole time. And then, man, your coaching ain't that. I'll never let nobody play for you. And I don't know who's staffing you on. You need to get rid of them. I wish I knew your name, bro. But I know he coached on the QC Chargers. I think the 11U team. He pulled some bullshit down there in Florida. You want to say something, you can get on the show, we'll talk about it. But that was some bullshit. Your son was playing the whole time. We played without you. We still did all right. We played, well, the ship gonna keep sailing. But he pulled some old bullshit, man, and I ain't never seen nothing like that, pulling kids off the field. What type of shit is that? That's some bullshit. And you will do it again. And what you gonna do in middle school? You ain't gonna do shit. You get your ass out there and pull something. He'll never play again. Acting like you just the coach of the century, like you don't coach them up. He need work. But I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about his pops. That was some bullshit. And I don't know who let you coach with them, but you should be done coaching. Spend all that money to come down there just to pull your son, man. That was some bull, some BS. There's a lot of BS going on down there, man. Damn parents make you not want to coach, bro, but I pay their ass no attention. I was on vacation. I needed a break. So I took it as enjoying myself. You know, a lot of football I put in throughout the year. A lot. So had my nephew down there coaching the D line, so I took it as a vacation. They weren't getting on my nerves. I was enjoying the Airbnb. Um, we had a nice pool, nice setup down there. Miss Tamika did a great job. We had a nice setup down there. And I got to enjoy myself, sit down there, smoke a couple sticks every day, and just wake up in the morning, smoke some sticks late at night. I enjoyed myself. We had a nice home we win, and the environment was great. So I took it as a vacation. I was going to enjoy myself either way, whether we won or lose. It was just vacation for me. But we've seen a lot from these parents, man. These parents, y'all gotta get it together, man. The kids need work. They athletes. And with the way the college scene has changed now, with Juco no longer counting as your clock. So Juco, you go to Juco, your clock don't start. So your clock really does not start till you hit the actual college, which means till you get in D3, D2, D1. That's when your clock starts. So you better be producing an athlete because who knows how this recruitment is going to go and how it's changed. Shit, high school kids at the bottom of the total pole now. I mean, we was already at the bottom. We at the bottom. So you better hope when your kid, because when your kid come along, my boy's 2030, so some of you are 20, 30, 31 behind my son. So you better start looking at recruitment and what it's really going to take to get to that level because the game has changed. But I'm not going into that. I'm just talking about these parents down there acting the fool in regionals, talking shit, showing their kids video. Who was he playing against? All them damn videos you keep fucking dropping. Who was he playing against? What was the talent level? Because when he on this field, he don't look nothing like he do on them videos. The confidence, the ability to make plays. Now, when the problem happened, when the playmaker showed up. That what happened when the playmaker showed up on the sixth grade. These kids who have been coming to practice normally. Then we had some new kids coming in at the end, the playmakers. And then, man, did they get in their damn feelings when the playmakers showed up? Because then you got to see running back. But a real running back was big tight end, big D end. You got to see that when the playmakers showed up. Now everybody in their feelings. It was a good experience and a bad experience. The kids were awesome. The parents was on bullshit. Get out your damn feelings and stop being delusional. And you got to look out there. You got to look out there and just be honest with yourself about what's going on with the talent level and the different talent levels of every league, man. Once the parents do that, I get my microphone together. Once the parents do that, then everything could be okay. Like I said, it was good and a bad experience, but for the most part, it was a good experience. I'm not gonna complain. Eighth grade, um, like I said, we need those linebackers, bro. And a lot of those eighth grade kids, we got some good eighth grade kids, but a lot of people are in their ear telling them how good they are, how good they are, how good they are, and I didn't see a lot of that skill set down there. I didn't see a lot of all the people who getting these kids here telling them how good they are. You good. You might be good in your area, but how do you stack up against all this good talent and this good talent we playing with? How do you look? And some of them didn't look the part. I give credit to the old linemen. They did well. They handled their business against everybody. Um, like I said, wish we had a bigger back, but the old line did great. They played both ways, man. They did great. And then a kid named Biscuit, Jaden, he goes to Mount Island Charlie. I liked his energy the whole time. Um, he was real passionate about being down there, and while people weren't mad, we were losing. Sometimes he got out of his game a couple plays, but for the most part, he made big plays, man, on offense and defense. So he next to the offensive line, he was like really like an MVP type player down there, man. He was making plays. He's a defensive player. We had him playing linebacker. I don't know if he's going to be a corner or a safety in high school. He has that ability. He's tall, quick, athletic, real aggressive. He can play offense too. I think he ran back a kickoff return. Um, he was really getting it in down there. Kudos to him and some other players down there. But um, for the most part, he looked good. All the Piedmont kids look good. Kate and them, all them Piedmont kids look good down there. Um, it was a good experience, man. To coach the sixth grade and the eighth grade, it was a good experience with FBU. But parents gonna have to chill out and go in the lab and put the work in. Even with my nephew, like I told him, this ain't that Pop Warner shit, man. This is some real football, and I was on his neck out there. Like, believe me, I'm not just saying it because talking about these other parents. I was had my nephew down there, and I was on his neck about his performance and stepping up and being a better ball player and the things he needs to do. So I'm really on his neck. He crying and shit, man. I don't want to hear that. Hey, we got to come in here and do some work. And we put the work in before we even left Charlotte. So you knew what it was we got down here, what type of talent, we were gonna be playing against. But for the most part, the FBU was great. Jason did a great job on it. Jason did a good job on that FBU, bro. Next year, I just think we just need to build it off the line, O line, D line, linebackers, and running backs. Build those positions first, and then move on to the quarterback and receivers, those skill players. You can find skill players, but you need that O line, D line, linebackers, and that running back. Sixth grade, seventh grade, and eighth grade. You need to build those positions first, and then you can move on. But let's talk about West Charlotte won the 3A championship. Um, Kudos to them. Corey and Charter, they played in the 1A championship. Big ups to them. They hadn't been playing football for about 3-4 years, but they were able to get to the championship game, so you can look for them to be back. But West Charlotte won that 3A, and a lot of people talking shit, saying that was the best 4A, 3A team. They won a championship, but you weren't saying that the last couple of years when they was playing 3A and they were losing. Did nobody have anything to say till they won it? So big ups to West Charlotte. And next year, y'all know the divisions changed. We're gonna be 8A, and all these the divisions 8 through 1, and all this stuff is based off of student population. So let's see how they do in the 8A division, which is gonna be real. But that realest division, if you look at it, it's gonna be that 7A. It's gonna be deadly. That 7A is gonna be something crucial. But kudos to him. And then my phone was buzzing earlier, and I had dropped something in the coaches chat of is Greer like the GOAT around here? Is he the GOAT? He has 2 championships with 2 different Charlotte teams. The only person that done that so far I know was Tommy Knox. He took Hardin, they didn't win. Then he went to West Charlotte, they won. Then he went to Independence and they kept winning. I think he came back and they kept winning. So he's taken 3. Tommy Knox was able to take 2 CMS schools to state titles. You know what he did to Independence? That's legendary. Now he's down at Dutch Fork. I'm doing the same thing. So I was saying it's Greer on that level because he's taking Hardin and then he's taking West Charlotte, the same path as Knox taking. So I'm not gonna get into what's going on in the chat, but that was the conversation in the chat about that situation right there. Because I don't know many other coaches who have won state titles at different schools in Charlotte, but Knox and him. I mean, if I'm mistaken or I don't forgot about somebody, just hit me up. But we talking about football with this, so just let me know, and we'll talk about it on the next podcast. But that was really going on in Charlotte. Talked about the FBU. We talked about West Charlotte winning the state championship. And they had some dogs over there, bro. I don't know who took over that play calling in the last 6, 7, 8, 9 games, but it was a switch in play calling. And man, once that switch happened, whoever lit that flame got them going because they started just putting up big numbers, 35, 40-point games. I mean, like, I think they scored like 200 and something points. I don't even think they even allowed 21 points scored on them the whole year in the playoffs, but they put up over 220 something points. I know at one point it was like 218 to like, was it 12 or 18 million Cleve calculated? Anyway, it was over 200 or something 20 points they put up. Um, they put up over 220 something points in the playoffs, and I don't think they only gave up 22, 21 points. So that lets you know they were rolling. And Grimsley, shout out to them. They went and handled business and got them a chip. So you had, I don't know who won the 1A, but congrats to you too. So what we gonna talk about? Oh, let's talk about this new age recruitment. I've been talking about it the whole time. Um, they put out there Juco. Your clock no longer starts at Juco, which means it's like going to a prep school. Normally, you go to prep school, your clock didn't start. You know, but most kids only go to prep school 1 year to get that, get the grades up, or get that more experience on the field against older kids, and the coaches will look at that and recruit them off that. But JUCO was like, it's like junior college now. You can get your associate's degree, but your clock started. But now they're saying, hey, your eligibility clock does not start in JUCO anymore. So you will have kids that can go 2 years JUCO, then go to a 4 year institution, could possibly get a red shirt, and still have 4 more years. So that's a total of 7 years a player can play in college. Most kids are graduating at 17 and 18, maybe 19. So that's anywhere between 24, 25, and 26 years old. Those are the type of people you're going to see in college now, up to that, up to 26 years old playing college ball. So the recruitment has changed dramatically on the high school level. So I'm going to keep up with it. My son is a 2030 kid, so I got to keep up with it. The new landscape, I got to be on it. And as I keep up with it and grow and learn more information, I will feed it back to you and keep you updated so you can help your child attend school and get in school. So we got to work together. But I'm gonna damn sure be on this new recruitment. I got a couple of my friends who are head coaches in college or assistant coaches, which is great for me. I can get that inside information on how to maneuver, and also you can learn from any coach. You just ask questions and dig more into this collective. Most kids are getting paid out of collectives and not NIL. Everybody keep using the term NIL, name, likeness, and image, but only a few are making money from that. Travis Hunter is. I seen him making an airline commercial. That's when you're making commercial or you're selling a brand, you're selling some type of product or you advertising the product. That's NIL. Most kids are getting paid off collective money. That's the money that the university has pooled together, and they was like, "Hey, we like you. We're willing to pay you maybe $200,000, $100,000 a year to get here." And I think a lot of parents are caught up when it comes to this. Every kid is not going to be making the same amount of money. It's levels to it. You got the $1 million players, then you got some $100,000 players, and you got some players that maybe make 40, 50 a year. But at the same time, you put your money up and you do well with your money, you can come out of college over $100,000 saved up and hitting the ground running. Now, I want to see how many people are going to actually get these damn degrees. Because if you got a degree coming out of college, you $100,000, $200,000 up, you're hitting you're hitting the life pretty much running. You're doing pretty well for yourself. So it's an opportunity for kids to come out this thing great. Education with their degrees, um, money already saved up and invested, and people don't talk about this. You're getting those funds, but at the same time, you have to pay taxes. So the mamas and daddies, you can't be spending up all the damn kids' money. You getting $500,000 a year. You want to buy you a car and a house, okay? But then you forgetting at the end of the year, he got to pay Mr. IRS. So I'm gonna do a class on this. I'm gonna do a whole thing on this. The taxes, kids paying taxes, and how that's going to work with the collective money. Them having to pay taxes. I think a lot of kids don't even know they have to pay taxes. So that's what's going on at the end of 2024, man. I'm talking about the FBU, West Charlotte, the recruitment now. A lot of I sat at a bar in Pittsburgh with a college coach. We were just kicking it at a cigar shop, and he just looked at me and said, "Wash, I feel sorry for these high school kids. I really do." He said, "But I got to keep my job. We only get 3 to 4 year contracts. I got to keep my job, man. I like to recruit them, but I got to bring in some mature players." Everybody's thinking that. Nobody, it's almost getting to be like it is now. Nobody wants to develop kids. They don't have time. They got to keep their jobs. They got to do the best thing they can to keep their jobs. I understand that. Man got to feed his family. Got to do what's best. But nobody wants to develop. We're developing the WA. We are developing. We're offering camps, 7-on-7s, personal training. We're going to be doing that at the Footwork Factory. We're going to be bringing college coaches to the Footwork Factory and working on positional training with the college coaches. So we're going to be offering that. But a lot of people just want the best kids. Nobody wants to teach their kids how to play football. And if you do teach them how to play football, I think it's better off, man. Cause once they get going with it, they got the aggression to do what you've been teaching them, to execute what you've been teaching them. They're gonna take off. So I think a lot of parents got humbled at FBU. A lot of kids got humbled. They got to go get back in the lab. Coaches got humbled too, because I'm not gonna just put it on parents and coaches. Coaches got to listen. You can't keep giving the ball to the same players. You got to try other people at the position. Let them work too, man. Um, you just got to work together and listen, bro. That's all coaches. Listen to you. Listen. I learned that. I learned that myself. I'm a middle school coach. Sometimes I be getting zoned out. I gotta listen, but that's just growth. That's just going. You gotta listen to your coaches, and sometimes the parents do be right. Sometimes what they're saying. So sometimes the parents get some good advice if you're willing to listen. But sometimes the coaches get fascinated with certain kids. You gotta get out of that. You got to look at all the kids you got and use all the weapons you got. You got to do that. But for all the kids who did go to Florida to represent Team Carolina and FBU, man, I applaud you guys. Thank you for coming. All the parents who did go, I applaud you and I thank you for getting the kids down there. We had to load up, get kids down there. Um, Malachi Daddy brought that trailer. Him and Premier Dad, they got together and got that trailer down there so they can tote some of that equipment. Fuzzy, everybody loaded up kids to get down there. Malachi Dad, he loaded up kids in his truck. Fuzzy, I know he loaded up kids in his truck to get kids down there. Big up to them too for getting those kids down there and getting them back, and for even staying so the one of the coaches could coach and could play, and one of the kids could play in the eighth grade last game because everybody was ready to go out that game. We played it two. Everybody was ready to go, but we had a coach and a player that wasn't going to be able to really play or coach that game because everybody's ready to go. But then everybody just like, nah, we're just gonna stay, and everybody stayed to after the after the eighth grade game was over, and then got together and we hauled ass up out of Naples, man. Um, I enjoyed my time down there. I can't wait to get back. I enjoyed the experience down there. We just got to just fix a couple little things and we'll be all right. But I can't wait to see that sixth grade team come back in seventh grade. It's gonna be something different. I like the kids who went, man. I applaud all the kids who went and all the parents who took their kids. It was a great experience. They had a big football camp on Saturday down there. That was a great thing for the kids to get to experience. I mean, it was a big football camp. Positional training, one-on-ones. That was good for the kids. And out of that, they were picking the top kids at positioning, and I think they were making to the all-conference team, which helps those kids later on get picked for that ninth grade All-American game. So they put on a good show down there. So it was a good experience. I just got tired of a lot of that bitching because I was hearing a lot of it from parents. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call no plays, but I was experiencing. I hadn't listened to, you know, the displeasures of what was going on, but it's okay. You could talk Coach Washington ear off. I ain't gonna do nothing but go home and smoke a cigar. So that was my experience for the end of the year. FBU. I loved it. Jason, you did a good job. Parents, get your damn kids some training. Stop all that crying and complaining. Everybody don't play on the same level. You want to see how good your kid is, put them on the best level, which now is going to be middle school because their ass is in the 7th grade. Now, we had some 5th graders that played big. Big up to those little gremlin kids. They played great. Nathaniel, I think Dash played great, and we had one more. I can't remember his name. The little kid with the goggles, man. He was playing linebacker. I moved him to DN. He went there and made some plays. He's going to be a playmaker next year. He was in the 5th grade, so he's going. They're going to do well on the 11U squad. But for all those 6th graders that are going to 7th grade, okay, you're going to be in middle school next year. Can't nobody say you. Don't nobody care what your parents say. You're going to be in middle school. You got to try out for the team in 3 to 5 days. Let's see how you do at tryouts. Let's see if you can make it. I'm not so much worried about the kids, but the parents. Let's see what goes on now that they got to go play middle school ball and make these tryouts. Let's see how that goes. Because I can tell you right now, the game is just faster. The 8th grade game is faster than the 7th grade game. It is a difference and size too. So we're going to see how that goes. I said I was going to keep up with it, but that's all I wanted to talk about today on my season 2, episode 2 of Coach Washington Sports Talk. Just the FBU experience, West Charlotte winning it, and what's going on in the world, college, with this Juco eligibility thing. Now they waiving that, so now Juco don't count against your recruitment, your playing time, your NCAA clock. Juco doesn't count against that, and I should have talked about what we're gonna do with prep schools. Now that Juco is on level prep school now. So what's going to happen to the prep school? Are we going to just lose prep schools now because Juco's basically um, doing what the prep school is doing? It wasn't counting towards your clock. So now that Juco don't count towards your clock, is that the new prep school thing? Is everybody's going to drop the prep schools and everybody's going Juco? Because it's going to have to be um, a way to maneuver the kids from Juco. Well, they're already doing it from Juco to college, but what's going to be the new thing? Is kids going Juco now, then moving on? What's going to be the new route for the high school kids? We got to figure that out. And they're already saying that on the FCS level and the D2 level, that's going to be the new developmental leagues, which means you're playing D2 FCS or junior college. Then from there, you'll move up if you can move up. Whatever. There's still a lot of kids out there that just want to go to school on a scholarship, play ball, get an education, and move on to their next phase of their life. Not everybody is not trying to go pro. I wish they stopped selling that. All these kids are not trying to go pro. Some of these kids is using football to get out of their situations and better their situations. They know they don't want to go pro. They want to get out here, get the education, get into the work world. If they go pro, oh, so be it. But not everybody is solely focused on pro. There's only so many kids that can do that. They only got so many slots every year. So there's still kids out there, still a good group of kids that just want to play college ball, get an education, and move on. Don't sleep on those kids. Coach Washington, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Again, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. This is Coach Wash out. I will pick it up again a little sooner. You'll see the new setup at the new studio. But again, this is Coach Washington out. Peace.